tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good.
Wait, let's start from the beginning. My friends and I from Foreign Exchange went to 11 different countries in 2 weeks the summer of 2019. This is Olivia. She's my best friend from Foreign Exchange, and this is us crying on the bus because we knew that we would have to leave each other after this trip was over. And yes, we took a bus. After a 4-hour bus ride, we finally made it to our first destination, which is Geneva, Switzerland. We only stayed there for about 2 hours because we had to get to our hotel in France.
No way. Wait, which one's yours?
This is Quad Squad. Me, Olivia, Henry, and JC.
Should have gone the other way.
Is it raining?
Yes.
And are we in Paris? Yeah.
Kinda.
It was raining in Paris so hard, but there was no way we were gonna let that ruin our fun.
I love this wall. I don't know why. I like this wall a lot.
We walked up and down so many streets and saw boobies. Also, shout out to whoever let me use their umbrella, even though I clearly did not use it. This is the
Basilique du Sacré-Cœur,
which translates to the Basilica of the Sacred Heart. We walked for a while and traveled around Paris by foot until we came to the Louvre Museum. This square is so pretty, and the museum is actually where the Mona Lisa is held. We found this super cute French bakery. Obviously it's French, but we ate some baguettes and then I had some rose water, which was so good. And then past all those tourists and phones, there's the Mona Lisa. She's super tiny. And now look at where we are. Oh my gosh, the Eiffel Tower is ginormous. It was so beautiful too. And in the long line that we had to wait in, it was pouring rain. Ollie still managed to look absolutely perfect at the top of the Eiffel Tower, as did this beautiful view of Paris. And our next stop is Brussels, which is the capital of Belgium. This here is the atomium, which is a really big structure of an atom made out of steel. After chilling in Brussels for a little bit, we all went to Amsterdam, which is about a 2.5-hour ride, and would also be our third country in one day. Here's some soy milk that I got because I'm lactose intolerant. Little did I know when I took this video that this day would be the best day of my life. Even though it was raining, we took a bike tour around Amsterdam. We stopped at a market to get some food for our lunch that we were gonna have in this beautiful park that our tour guide was taking us to.
Nowadays the waves red high as we crash on the ocean floor.
After riding in the pouring rain for about 2 hours all around Amsterdam, we stopped in this park to have lunch and let all of our top layer of clothing dry in the sun. We had the most perfect picnic with some fruits, vegetables, and then sandwiches. This is the swing at the top of the lookout, which is a 360 view of Amsterdam. JC was getting down to the groovy music they had going, so of course I had to jump in and join.
He had a huge plumber's crack. He got a nice ass?
I saw it.
No, it wasn't a nice ass.
So now we're in Berlin, Germany. This was actually more of a serious day. For example, this is a memorial for the people who died during the Holocaust, and then this is the last standing part of the Berlin Wall. Side note, Olivia and I had these burritos and they smacked. This is the Sachsenhausen concentration camp that is in Berlin. It was a truly eye-opening experience. This particular concentration camp was more for scaring people and making them work rather than actually killing them. However, there were tons of deaths here as well. I learned more here than I ever have at school with history books. Now it's the second day in Berlin and the 6th day of our tour. We started off the day with a walking tour that led us to these amazing pretzels. They were so good and authentic. And then Olivia and I ventured off and got our own coffee. And then Olivia passed out on the bus ride to the Czech Republic. Prague honestly reminds me of a Disney park because all of the streets are cobblestone. The buildings are amazing. It was unreal. Here's Olivia and I outside of the Prague castle trying to make this security guard laugh, even though he couldn't show any emotion because it's his job. And then this is another security guard that we thought was really attractive. The inside of the Prague castle was even more extravagant than the outside, which I didn't even think was possible.
Let me go under your skin.
This is a staročeské trdlo, which is a very Czech pastry filled with ice cream. Welcome to Bratislava, Slovakia. It was actually really beautiful and we did a super long walking tour, like really long. And here's us just chilling because we were exhausted. Also, just in general, we were exhausted because we had just made it over the halfway hump of our trip. And physically and mentally, we were so tired. Now, good morning from Vienna, Austria. The first thing on our to-do list was to go to the Schönbrunn Palace, which is the biggest palace in Austria. It is absolutely beautiful and very royal inside. We got the chance to tour Austria ourselves, and so Olivia and I, we took a little backtrack to Starbucks because we needed some coffee, and also we hadn't had it in 9 months. After we got energized, we went to this amusement park in the middle of Vienna. And Olivia passed out again. The next day was kind of a travel day. We ended up at this park to get some food. It was in the middle of nowhere in Austria. No one spoke English, and we took a nap. It was great. Eventually, we ended up in Budapest, Hungary, and it was absolutely beautiful. This is the Hungarian Parliament building, and it's about the only thing that's in Budapest. Per usual, Olivia and I chowed down on some food. This is the Siecini thermal bath, where we all got to relax in the saunas and in the big thermal pool in the middle, as you see there, and it was very calming. At the end of the day, we were welcomed into this restaurant with very fancy drinks, and we had no idea what entertainment was in store for us. Our last destination is Slovenia. Postona Cave is the only cave with a train system in it. Tomorrow is the last day of our trip, and none of us were prepared for the emotional times that were about to happen. We all signed each other's flags, and we sang Adele at the top of our lungs, bawled our eyes out, had our last hugs, and as my good friend Olivia says,
Bye.
That tonight's gonna be